How's it going, you ghosts and ghouls? It's Jay, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the creepiest, the scariest, the most mysterious Nintendo levels ever. When you think of Nintendo, you may think cute, colourful, engaging, immersive, fantasy games, but Nintendo does have its fair share of
dark and scary
are our favourite ones from classic Nintendo games. Enjoy the silence. Yes, the eerie and extremely creepy parallel world in Zelda Skyward Sword is one of the scariest Nintendo levels. Think of it as Metal Gear Solid meets Hyrule, where you're thrust into a cold and creepy alternative world and you need to sneak around undetected. Ghost beings patrol the areas, alerting deadly knights to your presence. It's super eerie, super spine-tingly scary, and has really haunting sounding music. If spotted or you don't collect a tear, in 90 seconds you're hunted down, you're unarmed, you're alone. It's truly one of the scariest worlds to step foot in, but as an inspiring hero, it just has to be done! A spooky stage? From a racing game? Yes, we had to include one of the scariest Nintendo levels, Banshee Broadwalk. Boo levels in Mario Kart games are generally pretty scary, but more recently they've been a bit more whimsical than spooky. In the N64 game it was pitch dark, 1 minute you're zipping along a dimly lit and dangerous Broadwalk, and the next you're zipping through a haunted castle with devilish bats and hungry boo ghosts. It's definitely one of the more unsettling levels from the Nintendo 64 era. Rare are the masters of spooky and unsettling moments. Donkey Kong 64 and BanjoKazooie had a fair share of weird and wonderful ideas, but definitely the creepiest had to be in Rare's first attempt at the 3D platformer, and what an incredible game it was. BanjoKazooie! The classic N64 platformer had incredible stages, and amongst them was the Mad Monster Mansion. A truly spooky fest. A haunted delight with monsters and scares at every turn. You had cheeky ghosts and eerie skeletons, and then a Halloween organ riff, and even a haunted maze that kept things truly scary. Mad Monster Mansion is definitely one of the scariest Nintendo levels, hands down. From creepy mansions to going underground, yes, one of the scariest Nintendo levels has to be the Shadow Temple from Zelda Ocarina of Time. Something scary is lurking inside a secret lair beneath the graveyard, and it's up to poor young Link to wander inside. We see some really disturbing scenes of what looks like Hylian torture gone wrong, death boats, and a relentless sense of chill and dread. Ocarina of Time has suggested some pretty horrific lore if you read into the game's dialogue, and the Shadow Temple is definitely one of the scariest Nintendo levels yet. Who knows what went on down there in the past? It can't be a Mario game without a spooky boo stage to explore, and one of the scariest Nintendo levels on the N64 has to be the Big Boo's Haunt, an eerie mansion that's home to giant eyeballs, a haunted piano, and a big cackling homeowner who wants to bring a little bit of mischief to your day. It's a real psychological ride with unexpected tricks and treats, many tricks in every room. The ghost plays all sorts of devilish tricks on his new prey, and can Mario escape and claim the stars? It's definitely one of the more devilish haunts and one of the scariest Nintendo levels ever. We've mentioned it in a previous video and just had to bring it back. Lavender Town and its tower is incredibly creepy, seriously dark for a Pokemon game. Beyond the cheerful plateaus of Kanto and the adorable cute Pokemon is an eerie and almost sinister side of the Pokemon franchise. What happens to these creatures when they pass on from the world of Pokemon? It was, and it still is, a truly haunting moment in Pokemon games. The last entry for today's scariest Nintendo levels is a whole region, not just a level but an entire concept built around the disgruntled dead. Loss was a massive part of Zelda Majora's Mask, and the Akana Canyon region built around this concept with a haunting section of the game. Eerie bosses and the lingering undead, and a huge sprawling dungeon to conquer. Some may even argue that this whole concept revolves around Link potentially coming to grips with his own untimely demise. Who knows? But what is for sure is that Akana Canyon definitely tops the bill for the scariest of the scariest Nintendo levels ever. So there we go, 7 creepy, weird and wonderful Nintendo stages. What do you think? Were you afraid? If you were, hit that like button and let us know any other stages you think are super creepy with a comment. And if you like spooky things, be sure to check out our spooky merch, including this tee, a brand new tee inspired by Majora's Mask, or our classic Gengar x Luigi's Mansion tee. And if you want to see more geeky and gaming videos like this, you want to hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you wonderful ghosts and ghouls in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.